How do you spell long shot? Longshot. The definition for it is simple. It's somebody or something that's not expected to win. The chances are against them. Now my question is, look at the articles. Look at the plagiarism. They keep copying the same phrase, long shot. One of the articles says Ron Paul's funds top other long shots. That's from Capitol Hill Blue. So the article talks about how he has more money than John McCain. John McCain actually is $1.8 million in debt currently as of July 2007. Now, I'm sure he's going to raise more money. He is the former front runner. But they still can't say that Ron Paul has raised more money or has more money than John McCain without discounting it by saying he is a second-tier candidate, long shot at best. Another headline says Ron Paul rocks Republican bigwigs. That's from Newsday.com. And the rocking the Republican bigwigs means that, again, back to the money. They keep counting the money. And I've talked about money before. That's not how you determine the people's candidate. Not in today's time. Look at the internet. Check out who has the most momentum. Look at who has by far the biggest organization on the ground of volunteers, of real people, not paid staffers. Hillary Clinton can afford to buy a whole lot of people on the streets. But when the money runs out, when she burns through those millions advertising and getting the high profile, when she does that, people like me and you are still going to be on the streets volunteering our time to help a man get elected who can make a difference in the world. Another one, long shot candidates insist they're in it to win. ABC News talks about the long shot candidates lumping Ron Paul in with Mike Gravel, who has raised a total of $37,000. $37,000. He's got no meetup organization. There's zero meetup organizations for him, but there are like 37 people who are interested in a Mike Gravel meetup group. Anyway, and then just to remind you that Jimmy Carter polled at 1% just prior to winning the presidency when he became our 39th president. A guy named William Jefferson Clinton was polling at 2% just before he moved his residence to 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. And don't forget, these were all the mainstream polls, so obviously they're accurate. And then Joe Lieberman, now he was leading every major poll, all the polls. He won all the major polls prior to losing every single primary. He didn't win a single primary, but yet he led in the polls. Now, more conventional polls show Ron Paul way back in the back of the pack. He stands at 1% or less in the polls of Republican presidential preference. The last poll that I saw was New Hampshire's official poll. And when I drilled down in the article to find out how many people they surveyed, it was 307 people. Now, I don't know about you, but if I ask my kids what they want for dinner, and I get all three of them to agree on something, that is a consensus that I can live with. But if I go to the public school and I find one kid over in the corner and ask him what he wants, that is not representative of what all the kids want in school. You can't take such a small sample of 300 million people and expect to get accurate results. They do it because it's quick and cheap and easy. But the real polls are found by just looking on the internet. Look at the articles that you can find about each candidate. Read the articles. It's amazing. Did you know that Rudy Giuliani is a partner in a Houston oil contracting law firm? I just found that out today. It was buried in the newspaper because he's under questions about how he can really be in favor of alternative energy when he is part of a law firm in Houston that is representing oil interests. It's really amazing to me. It's amazing to me how much information is out there for those of us who will just do the research. Please do your research and join us. we plan on winning. Regardless of what the polls say, Ron Paul will be our next president.